Hi there YouTube, XtremeTrainz here. So in this video we're going to be taking a look at an item which was pretty difficult to find and I've actually been talking about it for a while in terms of sticking with the theme of the 75th anniversary of Thomas & Friends. If you've read the title of this video or seen the thumbnail, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's this here, it's the 75th anniversary Day Out with Thomas exclusive Thomas Wood, which as far as I'm aware is the only 75th anniversary Thomas Wood item, and I've finally got one, so let's take a look. So let's take a look at the packaging for this item. As you can see, it's got that, Thomas 75th anniversary sticker on it, which is good to see. Love some consistency in the branding in the place of Thomas's picture. We've got the Day Out with Thomas logo here, which is a bit different. And we've got the Day Out with Thomas 2020 edition written on the side here. So if we turn around at the back, you can see this. What's the best thing? Taking a ride next to Thomas, taking home a souvenir for a special day. Cool, that's nice. It's cool they actually produce these, and they are. I quite like the idea of a cool exclusive engine you can get from these things. That's pretty cool. Again, the first thing I'm going to point out is this is the picture of the model, and this is the picture that I saw online when I bought this. And as you can see, I think, unfortunately, the wheels they've got here, which look kind of almost metallic, are not what we've actually got here, which is kind of like a translucent baby blue color, which I think is less exciting. But that's unfortunate. But otherwise, I think this is, just your standard Thomas Wood packaging. Nice to see this here, but that's not what we're really here for. We want to take a look at Thomas inside. All right, so we'll start with the quick 360 of Thomas. All right, so we can see here, first of all, we've got just the classic Thomas Wood face, which is, I think, is fine. I really like the Thomas Wood face, actually. I think it's a good blend of the CGI and also translates pretty well to a toy form. You can see you've got the painted buffer beam on the front there. This is obviously the 2020 painted version of this. And you can see here that we get lots of nice Day Out with Thomas details. So, you've always got the Day Out with Thomas ticket thing there, the balloons, the streamers. We've got a 75 balloon on the side there. We've got Thomas, the T on the top, which is over the place of the dome. We've got the 75 present again on the other side. We've got red coal, which is an interesting choice, but okay, they want to make it exciting. As you can see, nothing on the back, and then it's pretty much just a mirror of the decorations on the other side. Not exactly the same. As you can see, for example, they've swapped around these balloons, and this streamer, this red streamer here, is actually not on there. So it is actually a different print on the other side, which is nice. It's not just a reverse of the same one. So that is nice. I think he looks very exciting. I think the other interesting part about this is obviously the fact he's got clear wheels, which I think is one of the first times we've seen the clear wheels done in Thomas Wood, something that's done very frequently with the minis, but not this. And they've also got the glitter in them. I think this looks cool. I don't really know what the point of it is, if that makes sense. So you can see we've got the writing Day Out with Thomas 2020 on the bottom here. In that, I don't know what, I guess it's kind of meant to be, cool and special, but I think it would have been, I think it would have been nicer if we got something which, as I already mentioned, was a bit closer to that metallic looking color that I thought these were going to be, like metallic wheels. I think that would have been nicer, or even like silver or something, rather than the kind of transparent blue, but I can understand what they're going for. And again, it does really stand out from other Thomases because you can see it's really quite different. What's really interesting about this Thomas, though, is he's actually a different design. And I don't know if you can tell that just by looking at him here. But if we have a closer look and we compare them, Thomas's running board on this new 2020 version is actually a little bit longer. So his buffer beam is kind of a bit longer, if that makes sense. And you can see here that when I line up the cabs on these two, it's not a big difference, but there's that little bit of difference. The Thomas Wood 2018 unpainted one, his head is a little bit, or face I should say, is a little bit further forward. And what's really interesting about that is, as you can see, the wood for the boiler has changed a little bit as well. So it's not just that the plastic, it's not that the plastic itself has changed. As you can see, if I line up the black smoke boxes, bring them a bit closer, you can see that the black smoke boxes are the same length. And it's actually, as you can see, that little millimeter also of difference is actually in the wood. You can see the tanks on the Thomas on the right-hand side are a little bit longer than the tanks on the Thomas on the left-hand side. And that to me is really interesting. I don't know why they've changed this. It's a really weird thing to change, very specific. I don't know what it does for the model. If anything, as that I think it looks a little bit funny with this extra long bit. It's strange, right? It's only a very small detail. It's only about a millimeter difference. But that millimeter really does make him look like he's got quite, this space is very big and empty, which I don't really like, versus the other design where it's, you know, a bit shorter, looks less empty. That said, Thomas does have quite a long area under his buffer beam in real life, or in real life, you know, in the models, in the CGI. So is this more realistic? Do we like this design better? I'll let you guys tell me more about that, but I think that is a little bit of an interesting turn and not something I expected them to do. Again, Mattel, like, why do you keep changing these things? Like, it would cost them thousands of dollars every single time they make a change like that, because you've got to remake all your machines, remake all of your production lines, you know, all of the paint work, you know, all the sticker, you know, stampy things that do the painting have to be adjusted for the new designs. I just don't understand why they keep doing this when it costs them so much money to do that. I just don't understand. But if you've got any insight into that, please let me know, because I would like to hear your thoughts. The other thing too is to note that you can see that this print is not 100% straight, because it starts with the black being right against the bottom of the wood, and then it kind of comes up here. Whereas this one is done correctly. You can see the black is all the way along, and then this side it kind of comes up. So he's not a perfect rendition there. You can see again, there's some very small changes in the way the paint's been done, but that has been a thing that has been happening since we've swapped to this one. Although again, you can see things like the window height has gone down a little bit, which I think is really interesting. So there's a lot of interesting things going on with this engine, but they're all very small, minor changes. So that is the Thomas Wood. Now, the last thing to talk about is the price. So I tried to find the exact price of this one. I believe it was £12.50 because I bought it from a seller in the UK, but they've actually sold out of these. So they're no longer on their website, and the email order confirmation, I cannot find the itemized breakdown in my emails, which is annoying. But either way, I do remember paying about 25 Australian dollars for this one, and that's excluding shipping. So this was an expensive piece for me to get, but I was purchasing some other items as well, so it made sense to bundle it all together to save on the shipping costs. Yeah, look, I obviously don't think this is worth that much money, and I think that's one of the really strange things about prices, particularly in the UK, is that the number in the UK is pretty similar to the number in Australia, but like it's nearly 2-to-1 ratio. So something that is $10 or £10, sorry, in the UK is $20 when you convert it to Australian money. So I've always thought that's a bit interesting. So yeah, I think if you paid the normal price for this, which would be about 15 Australian dollars, or, you know, as a special edition, I think $15 would be okay. But about that $10 to $15 mark is kind of where these small Thomas Wood engines sit. I think that would be fine. I think paying 25 plus shipping, so probably closer to 30 Australian dollars for this. Like, look, I think it's worth it for me because obviously I collect the Thomas Wood stuff. I really wanted to get some 75th anniversary stuff as well. So, you know, this is the only, as far as I'm aware of, 75th anniversary Thomas Wood item. So I wanted to pick it up. And I think that really just draws to us the really strange thing that's going on here. I think this is a cool item. I don't know why they're not selling it more, given a lot of Doubt with Thomas things have been cancelled this year. So I think you would think they would sell it on stuff like, you know, online stores and that kind of thing, but they haven't really yet, or I haven't seen it yet anyway. But yeah, it just to me is super weird that they, you know, really kind of made a couple of different pieces of merchandise in all the other lines. And, you know, the minis, there's heaps of minis that are 75th anniversary themed. And then Thomas Wood, which is meant to be like, you know, the premium line, gets nothing. But I think that just goes to show that Mattel really doesn't seem to know what they're doing with Thomas Wood. The distribution of it in Australia is pretty much non-existent. And yet they are releasing this month, I believe, the Thomas Wood, Toby, and Ed Wood. So there's obviously still stuff happening with Thomas Wood, but it certainly seems to have taken a back seat, which I think is quite strange, given they spent all this time and money changing everything, spending all that money on new machines and all that new packaging, all that kind of stuff, and then I can't imagine they've made their money back for that investment yet. So I don't really know what's going on with that. If you've got any insights, let me know. But yeah, in summary, this is a nice Thomas. It's got some curious changes that we don't really understand, but I think it's going to look really nice in a Thomas Wood collection or a 75th anniversary Thomas collection, whichever one of those you've got in your house. So yeah, that's enough of me talking about this single item. I'm going to let you guys have some thoughts about that in the comments below. Otherwise, don't forget to do all those cool things you do on YouTube, like, subscribe, etc, 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 blah, 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 blah. As always, that's all we've got time for. This is XtremeTrainz.